Do you know that you are your child's biggest influencer? Yes, you have to be your child's biggest influencer, or your children's. In today's age of social media, where there are so many influencers, when you look to the left, to the right, everywhere, influencer for every topic you can think of, I'm coming to you saying that parents, uncles, aunties, you have to make it a point, a decision, an intentional one, to be your child's biggest influencer. How do you do that? Number one, you're already influencing them, so you have to be an example. You have to think about it. How can I be an example to my child? Where do I want my child to be? How do I want my children to see me? How am I living out the Bible at home? You don't want to be a parent where your child will grow up and say that the lifestyle of my parents at home is totally different from what the Bible is teaching me, so let me just drop the Bible. No. And I've come across so many people who are like that. And do you know the interesting bit? The parents have no idea. So number one, be an example. Number two, have integrity. Live a life of integrity. That means that your yes must be your yes and your no must be your no. I mean, there's no other definition to integrity as this. And I'm not even going to go into it. Let your yes be your yes and your no be your no. Even to the children. Create a safe space for them to ask any question. If you don't answer it, someone will answer it for them online. An influencer out there will answer it. So say to yourself today that I'm my child's biggest influencer, and I'm going to create that safe space for them to ask any form of question that they want. Number four, understand their friends. Draw closer to them. If your son or your daughter comes to you and they want to go and visit a friend, I feel very uncomfortable when I don't know my friend's parents and they're going to spend a day there. I don't feel comfortable. Even if it's a phone call for us to speak, we have to make sure of that. And it has to sit well within my own spirit before allowing them to go and spend a day. Because I don't know I can create boundaries in my own home, and that will come to the next point. But I don't know what happens in their friend's home. So the best thing, know their friends, know their background, know who they are, so that you can also guide your children. And what's the next thing? Create boundaries. Yes. Being an influencer doesn't mean that just allow them to go in any direction. No, children need boundaries. So create it. Let them know they can go as far as this. If you go out, you can come in this time. There is a limit for how long you spend on your social media. So what we want is that we limit it. We create boundaries. You can have your phone for this amount of time. You can go on here. Just create that environment where they share everything with you. You'd be amazed the questions that children will come up. I mean, we get it all the time. They shock you with questions all the time. But at least I always say, God, I'm grateful that they can come to ask such questions. I think lastly, just don't assume that your children are okay 24/7. Be observant through communication on the phone, through just looking at them. Know their moods. I think if you're an observant parent, you will always know when a child has or something has changed with them. You can always pinpoint. Even the way they speak to you, the way they will ask certain things, the way they are hesitant. So just don't assume that they are okay 24/7. Young people have a lot of struggles, and sometimes they don't know where or who to ask. It is only through conversations when they are off guard, you see that the questions will start coming. I'm not saying that go to your son or your child and then ask, are you okay? Tell me, what is the problem? What? No. It is through, it's just like talking to your friend. It's through when they are relaxed and they're not thinking about anything and they know that they can say anything to you. That is when all these questions, oh, mommy, my friend said this in school. They did that in school. This one said that. And then the questions, then you can be probing, not too much, but be probing in, because they will let it all out. This one is doing vaping. That one is doing that. They are forcing me to do this. You will be amazed the things that will come out when you create that safe space and when you don't assume that your children are okay, or maybe a better way, are perfect. Yes, we've all been there. But remember, be your child's biggest influencer. Number one is, what did I say? Be a good example, have integrity, create boundaries, create a safe space for them to be able to ask questions, any question, so that you can provide the right guidance for them. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sharing and always coming back. If you like it, please subscribe, share, continue to share. I love you all. Thank you so much for the support and also for the comments that you bring in all the time. And also, I just love it when I know that one thing that I've said has impacted you in a great way. Thank you and have a blessed week.